Parents, are you checking what your children are watching? Just yesterday evening, I saw a video, it's a clip from a Jurassic World cartoon. And in that particular clip, in a cartoon made for children, there were two young girls professing their feelings to one another and they ended up kissing. Yeah, actually kissing. And so it goes back to say this. Parents, are you checking what your children are watching? You know, back in the day, in the 80s and in the 90s, a very good way to parent is to check the company that your children keep, who they're with, where they go to play, and so on and so forth. Well, right now, it's even deeper. It's not just enough to check who they're with, it's to check exactly what they're watching. Now, gone are the days where you just leave your children with cartoons and feel like, oh, they're watching cartoon, they're fine. And so I can go ahead and go and do anything that I want to do. Well, now you have to sit down with the cartoons to watch. And if possible, even take drastic measures. I don't blame parents these days if they insist that their children aren't going to watch TV anymore. Because tell me why almost every single children cartoon now seem to be corrupted one way or another with the wrong ideologies. You know, it's so serious. There's actually a current opera by Elon Musk and a couple of other people calling for measures on this. I don't want to mention the name of the channel or the platform that they're calling to be pulled down. But that's on one part, right? But the next thing I want to tell you, which I think is the most important and the crux of this particular video, is the fact that I need us to understand that what is happening is simply a case of people pushing the agenda that they think is right. People are simply putting their money where their mouth is. Now, if you go check how much, for example, it takes to work on a Jurassic Park video, I'm giving an example now. Jurassic Park movie, the one that just came out, cost about 180 million to 220 million. And the previous release in 2020 cost about $400 million. That's what I'm talking about now. Dollars. It costs a whole lot of money to birth these things and put them to life. But here's the thing. These projects are backed by financiers. These projects are backed by people who will do all the things possible to ensure that the ideology they're seeking to promote, the agenda they're trying to push, is pushed. Now, I said all of this to say this. Many times, particularly as Christians, when we see stuff like this, we're quick to say, oh my God, Jesus, look at what our children are watching. And what we do all this altogether is to abandon the viewing, right? Abandon that, sector and go, oh my God, cartoons are now bad, and you label them. But that is the problem, because so far so good. I believe strongly that we have been consumers and we haven't taken the initiative to be producers. If you feel like all the cartoons are corrupted, what are you doing about it? The best thing to do is not to abscond from watching cartoons all the same. It's instead to flood the system with better cartoons and better projects that children can actually watch. Because you must understand that nature abhors vacuum. I'll put it that way, in the sense that you can't just altogether tell people to abandon watching cartoons without working actively to flood the system with better, well-meaning cartoons that are clean and safe for children. And this goes to even shed light on many other deeper issues. There are many things as Christians we complain about, and all we do is complain, and we stop at complaining. We're not doing anything whatsoever to work on it. You know, I was with, I think it was Joshua McBamiloye sometime last year. Can't remember if I'm not mistaken. And then he told me the cost of creating a 3D movie and how ridiculously expensive it is. And my jaw almost dropped. And so here's the point. It's time to pull resources together. And it's also time to begin to back and push the right ideology with every single thing that you've got on your inside. But no, we don't do it. Instead, when we see believers or well-meaning projects being pushed, all we do is that we try to criticize. And they might be getting 99 things right, and we instead try to shed light on the one thing they're getting wrongly. And this exactly is the problem. And so here's my point. It's not enough to just react. It's not enough to just run away from these things. It's time to start producing. It's time to start, instead of being reactive, to become proactive. No problem. It's a game of agenda. You too push your own agenda. What are we doing about it? When are we coming together? When are faith communities going to come together and perhaps raise $1 billion to begin to push clean, well-meaning content? When are we going to saturate the cinemas, for example, with amazing movies that are virtuous and have great ideologies being propagated? This is something that is thought-provoking and something we need to look into. And here's the point. Whether you like it or not, in the next 5 years, it's only going to go more and more and more and more. Some days ago, I was trying to relax and I clicked on Netflix to watch something and it was terrible. Absolutely terrible. Not just even the nudity, but the agenda that you know is in the films that are being pushed out right now. And so my question to every single person, every well-meaning person, is that you have to stop at just complaining and you have to do something. When are we going to make concerted efforts into pushing the right message out? Let's stop being reactive and start being proactive. I'm telling you this for the future of your children, for your children yet unborn. If not, these guys will force these things down your throat and your children will ask questions. And in many cases, it's even good when they ask questions because some will never have any question to ask because they'll just regurgitate it, assimilate every single thing that they've seen. I hope this helps and I hope that we begin to move and walk and watch. But till then, as a parent, pay attention to every single thing your child takes in. Don't listen to anybody that tells you you're doing too much. In fact, it's the era of doing too much. Check everything. It's okay to keep devices away from them. I think it's time that we return to the era of using toys and keeping devices away if possible till we find a proper solution. And I hope that you are part of that solution. Do every single thing within your power to see what can be done. Do every single thing within your power to promote healthy, nice, great content and start moving your children to the right platforms to watch the amazing content that promote the right ideologies and things that are godly and virtuous. I hope this helps. I have to stop now. Thank you. But please share this with a parent if you can and share this with anyone that you know that we are in a war. And I really hope we know you are in a war.